Nice.
Oh, hello everyone.
Hello, everyone. We have been live for the last 10 minutes-ish, but I forgot to hit go live, so we haven't really been live. But we've been talking as if we were live, so just pretend that we've been through a really epic qualifying here with Villard is only 3/10 up ahead of Popo in second at
Sorry,
the minute.
we just had low signal at the track. That was all. We're struggling to get the broadcast images out.
Yeah.
Anyway, it looks like final corner coming around now for Will, who does not improve. Is currently 6/10 back of pole, so still quite close. Mosquito did improve in the end to get within 0.8. Dutch Turbo as well, 1.2 back, but we've still got the top two on laps here. Let's see how this clocks out. Barely quicker for Popo at the moment. Didn't quite catch what Villard's split was. This could move Popo to within reach. A little bit wide through that last sort of 180 degree.
See, is he going to use the yellow sausage curve? Not really, no.
Doesn't use enough, no. See if it's an improvement regardless. It is not. 1/10 down as Villard goes faster still to a 41.396. Check how many more we have going. It doesn't look like it. That is everyone. Oh, Extinct did get a time in the end of 42.7 that puts him P6.
That's
just behind Dutch Turbo.
Quite competitive at the front, where it's only, what, 2 seconds between the top 7? With Firecrown just outside the 2-second window.
Yep. In fact, it's just 2.2 back to Liar in 9th.
Yeah.
And 3.7 for the entire field.
That's good going. Apologies to everyone in the stream. Basically, OBS works by hitting start stream, and then you have to hit go live afterwards. And I forgot to hit the go live button. The reason we have it set up like that is normally on Twitch, if you hit start streaming, it starts streaming. But on YouTube, if you start a stream and then something happens and you stop it and start it again, the video that you've set up with the link generates a new link. So then you have to send another link out. So it's easier to do it this way, except I need to remember to hit the go live button. You know what I actually need? I need like a whiteboard or something that's just sitting in front of me and just like a little checklist to remind me of these things.
Do you have a stream deck by any chance as well?
I don't. And it's been something that I should be getting.
Be useful,
you know.
Yes.
But it's not like it's far away. Like, it's literally the start streaming and the go live button is right beside each other on OBS. But it's just me, really.
Right.
I'm an idiot.
Should we have a quick rundown of the grid in any case?
Yes, because they will be sorting out their tyres, so...
Right, so on pole position, as we discussed, with a 41.396, it is Jay Villard. Second place is Freaky Popo, just 0.391 behind. Fourth is Will Smith, with a 42.117. Did I say third or fourth? Sorry.
Fourth, yeah, Will's in third.
Will's in third, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Fourth place is Mosquito with a 42.3. Fifth, Dutch Turbo. Sixth, Extinct. Seventh, Hip, again with a strong result. Eighth is Five Crown in the wonderful sounding Mazda RX Vision. Don't think we can say that enough.
Yep.
Ninth place goes to Liar with another fairly strong qualifying. 10th to L Roll, moving up a little bit. 11th, Stranger Craig. And 12th, Welcome to Gaming, who I think was absent for a fair bit of the qualifying session.
Yeah, he's in that V12 Vantage. I think he's struggling with it. I wonder if we can convince him maybe to go to a different car next week. Maybe something that they might feel.
Maybe he enjoys the suffering of it.
Maybe.
Some people have a preference of car that they will use regardless of the pace. So.
Oh, I thought you were going to say some people are into that kind of thing.
We've got to keep it PG on here.
Oh, yeah,
you know that.
Yeah.
It's your stream.
So, what are we thinking? They have to run the hard tire and the soft tire. The softs don't last very long.
I reckon from the testing that I did, I think the softs should last anywhere in the region of 7 to 9 laps, depending on how hard you're on tyres. With the lap times around here, that should get you to about half race distance, and with it being an extremely long pit lane, I would imagine that you are just wanting to do the one stop directly at the middle of the race. There might be a few that try to take it a little bit longer on the hard tyres just to keep them fresher for the end, especially those starting at the back will tend to start on the hard tyres, whereas those at the front, as usual, will be on the softs. I'd expect them to go to about the halfway, and then those at the back will just run it a little bit longer.
It will be interesting. All I will say is, though, I took the Mustang out, and by the end of lap 4, my tyres were like 80% done. So some cars are really heavy on the tyres. So if you can look after your tyres, a one-stop is possible. But I don't know, for safety, I think the two-stop might be the best way to go.
Plausible. It depends on what you're more comfortable, because the hard tyres are very, very difficult to drive around here. So if you're not quite comfortable enough on them, it may be a little bit slower to run the two-stop, but it will give you that much more security on the soft tyres and potentially keep you out of trouble and out of the walls.
Yeah. As we get into a standing start, and I am going to hand over to Amber for the start of this race.
So we're just waiting for the lights. Everyone has their foot on the brakes, as is required for the start. Villard on pole, Popo in second. 1 light, 2 light, 3 light, 4 light, 5 lights, waiting for the green. And we are underway. Quite a long hold there, but I think Villard's just about got an okay. Oh no, Popo's gone through on the inside. He's had a terrible launch. Here comes Will Smith around the outside as well to take the lead for the time being. We'll see if Popo can maybe make a move back on the inside as they all fan out behind as well. We're looking 3 wide behind here. Oh, it's a late block by Villard. He's punted from behind by 5 Crown, which pushes him back past Smith into second place, but it's Freaky Popo that holds the lead for now.
Yeah, a very good start from Popo on the outside, but Will, also a good start, tried to send it down. Well, I suppose he was on the outside, yeah, for turn 1. But yeah, I just wasn't able to hold it. Villard, very late on the brakes, I think. Cut across, and as you say, it was 5 Crown, kind of just had nowhere to go.
Oh, as Stranger Craig's just had a moment, has dropped back down to the back of the pack. He's on the soft tyres, so he's going to have some ground to make up in a sec. Hip, it seems similar to last week, didn't quite get the best of getaways and dropped right down to the back again on those hard tyres. He's got Jack just in front of him now on the hards as Elroll and Lyer go side by side for 8th place, and I think Elroll's going to take it.
Yeah, Elroll around the outside. Very good overtake. Lyer will have to catch up now. Lyer is on the racing softs as well. I wonder if Hip is just in that open or like online
Sorry,
lobby.
there's just been a dive at the hairpin there from 5 Crown.
Yeah.
A little bit of contact on the way through, so have to see how that gets judged, but for the time being it's 5 Crown who's just gotten ahead of Extinct and become the top runner on the hard tyres as the lead pack all together, and it's side by side through the final corner as Will Smith makes the move back on Villard. And now Mosquito's got to run on both of them. This could be 3 wide down into turn 1.
Yeah, just how strong is the slipstream? Who is in third there? Villard is poking the nose out. Can he hold it? He's into second. Will.
A little bit of contact there. They're still side by side. Mosquito's probably doing the smartest thing here and has just played it safe to wait to see what happens. Oh, a little bit of a bump into the back of Will, and Will's off track and in the wall.
Is he?
On my screen, yes, he's dropped all the way down 10th place. There was definitely contact between him and Mosquito. I'm unsure if that forced him all the way off or if he's had a disconnect.
Oh, he might have had disconnect. Yeah, he's all over the place.
I think it's, yeah, this internet's really playing up today, I think, because it's the car is weaving about all over the place, and that was a very, very strange accident. We'll have to ask him after the race, find out what happened there.
Yeah, he's got damage to the cars, so I think he did crash, but the Thurber was a bit late at catching up there.
I'm wondering if what would have happened would be on his end if Mosquito's car maybe lagged forward into him and just pushed him so quickly that he had no time to react to it going off the track.
Possible. This little pack at the front, though, is starting to pull away. It's a bit of a gap.
Indeed, and I was just looking a bit further back as well. Oh, that's a dive and that's around. Oh, that's unfortunate. Elroll made the move down on Extinct at the hairpin and just classed him to the side of him and spun him round. Stopped in the middle of a track a bit awkwardly, which caused a little bit of a jam further back, but he has given the place back to Extinct.
A little bit neat on the brakes. Oh, that's
Craig's off.
Craig in the wall. I think he just got on the power a little bit too quickly there, and the old traction control spun him.
He's not running traction control at the moment.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like,
oh, okay, sorry.
You know, the non-traction control like spun him. Oh,
see what that has done though? It's moved Will back up to 9th place as he is now on a charge back up through the field. He's got Hip and Welcome to Gaming up front now. That's a decent start from Welcome to Gaming after the rather dreadful qualifying session. He's already up to 7th place. A bit further up, sorry, again to jump forward, we have Liar and 5 Crown going side by side for 5th place as well there. And Liar has moved up a position on the softer tyres.
Oh yeah, because 5 Crown is on the racing hard, so much slower, and as you were saying earlier, I think Barcelona is just one of those tracks where the hards don't really kick in much.
Indeed, it's a difficult one though, as far as I'm aware, maybe not some spoiler secrets here, but 5 Crown likes to run the hards more often. He tends to practice for the race on the hards just to get a better feel for those, as Liar goes off and into the gravel.
Yeah, very wide there. Safe rejoin anyway, so rejoins behind 5 Crown. Lost a bit of time.
Just a little bit, but he should be fine. Now, as I was saying, 5 Crown tends to do most of his practice on the hards, so that when it comes time to switch over to the softs, he's not really got to do too much adjusting. He's already used to the lowest grip conditions that there are.
Which is pretty smart thinking when you think about it.
I mean, it tends to be the way on more out there sims like iRacing and to set a course and such. You tend to test in the highest temperatures possible, so you've got the lowest grip, so that you're prepared for the lowest grip, and it's a lot easier to adjust for the highest grip.
Yeah. Will making his way back up into 7th, got the overtake on Jack just out of the hairpin, so he can chase after Liar now. He's what, 2.3 seconds up the road?
Indeed, and only 1.2 behind 5 Crown. A little bit further up, we have the battle of the Porsches. Dutch Turbo and Mosquito are currently going at it for 3rd place for the last spot on the podium. 0.5 seconds between them, should be fairly evenly matched.
Yeah, they've actually dropped away from the opening, or the top 2 at the minute, who are still fighting. Popo's building a gap himself though.
I was about to say, have a check of the tyre wear on them all. Popo is doing incredibly well on those soft tyres at the moment. Villard has gone through the fronts quite quickly, and Dutch Turbo Mosquito even more so. Mosquito's front left is almost completely gone on lap 4, so he's going to be coming in a lot earlier than I expected.
Which is strange considering these are rear-wheel drive cars, but then you're pushing a lot through turns 3, sorry, and the final corner on that front left, it gets a lot of punishment.
I think in this case the problem is that with the Porsches being much more rear biased, speeder engines, as here comes Mosquito into the pits now, so he's 7 seconds off the lead as he comes in. I'll have to check that gap, but because there's so much weight over the rear, there's nothing pushing the fronts in, so they're just constantly scrubbing across the tarmac, and that's taking all the life out of them.
Yeah, I feel Dutch Turbo should have came into the pit there, because their tyre's going to be gone by the time they get to the end of the lap.
Let's have a look. Oh yeah, no, that's going to be a close one. Yeah, they will lose a huge chunk of time here then on the outlap to Mosquito potentially. It seems to be all of the Porsches are struggling. Sorry to interrupt. To get
yeah, that's well Villard.
Tyres are way better off than Villard's even.
That Mazda's barely using the. Oh wait, he's on the hards. Never mind.
Purple sector from Will as he's chasing down 5 now to make his way back into the top 4. This would be for.
Will's looking after his tyre as well though.
Oh no!
Oh, it's a little hit from Liar.
Yeah, just a tap, but it's moved him off. Okay, Liar's done the sensible thing. I thought he was waiting for him, but it seems he's realised it probably wasn't best to sit in the middle of the track there, so he's carried on for now.
Yeah. That's unfortunate. Extinct back up into 6th as well.
Yep, this will benefit him largely. I wonder, still unsure if Liar's backing off. I feel like it's probably too late at this point to try and give the place back, so I imagine that may incur a penalty post-race.
Yeah. I think by this point it's just race on. Sort it out after. Oh,
yeah.
Lee.
Oh, Elroll, was he out of control there, I think? Yeah. My goodness, what happened there?
I missed his braking massively, and I think he took.
So for a second I thought someone was going in for a revenge hit, then I took another look, and I think no, he just missed his braking point and did really well to avoid everyone there.
Yeah, it was very good evasive action, so he's driving in between everyone.
It comes Liar. Oh, Liar's hit the pit wall!
Oh no!
Oh, that's so unfortunate. Oh, damage to the engine as well. Hopefully that'll be mended by the time he gets out the pits. I don't know that it gets fixed in the pit stops when it's on this damage mode. But either way, that's a super unfortunate accident. Just a little bit too much speed, clip the grass, and it sucks you into the wall.
Yeah, as Dutch Turbo is in the pit as well. Were they eking out? Were they taking the risk of just going an extra lap so they can run the hards to the end now?
Possibly, I'm not sure, but in any case, that extra lap did indeed cost Dutch Turbo quite a lot. Oh, struggling to adapt to the hards as well. A little bit of a slide there. He's now 4.5 seconds behind Mosquito as it stands, with Villard much further up the road after his pit stop. Currently sat behind Elroll and Craig, who are in a battle.
They are. Let's go on board with Villard. See how long it takes him on these fresh hard tyres. Craig and Elroll not really in the fight, so that's
a little bit of contact there. Should be okay. No damage to either car. Race on.
It's yeah, these two guys, Elroll and Craig, not really in the fight, so might be more suitable to let them go.
As we speak, Freaky Popo is now coming in for his pit stop. I believe he was about a second or so ahead of Villard before the stops. So we'll have to see how his last lap time ends up comparing to Villard on the new softs, as he's just gone through past Stranger Craig. Now just has Elroll to deal with. This traffic could potentially cost him a bit, you know, since Popo's been running in clean air regardless of tyre age.
As Five Crown takes over the lead of the race. So let's stay on board with Popo as he gets the pit, and where is...
Keep going on Villard. Villard has just crossed the line now. He's up behind Elroll looking for the overtake. Yeah, Popo's got enough of a gap that he should be fine for now. As Villard moves out to make the move on Elroll.
He's got a good gap there too.
Is usually like to the apex at 3.5 seconds between the two. There shouldn't be too much different on these tyres, although as we've seen now, the Porsche does wear them out quicker than the Lamborghini.
Yes. And yeah, I think Villard got held up there by Elroll Craig. Not on purpose or anything, it's just unfortunate with the pit stops and the timing of everyone. So
the nature of the pit cycles.
It's Craig coming under pressure from Hip now.
Indeed, yes.
Hip is on those racing hards. How long are we into the race? We've got about 18 minutes left.
Yeah, 11 minutes in, so we're still not quite at the point where you want to be switching. I'd have probably said, especially, as Craig goes off, he must have just clipped the outside curb there.
Yeah.
And spun himself around. He's got to wait for a gap to get back on the track sensibly. Nicely done. And away he'll go again, but that's a costly error.
Yeah, it's damage to the front of the car as well. I could see Craig coming in this lap.
Should repair itself.
Yeah, I think the soft runners should all be in now.
I believe so, yes. Did Elroll start on the hards, I believe, didn't they?
No, I think they started themselves. So he should be pitting, yeah. I think 12 minutes is the crossover.
Seems to be about it. Moves Hip up a place. Villard is now 2 seconds behind Welcome's Gaming, who has just gone side by side with Popo up towards turn 1, who makes a nice clean move.
Yeah, this is Popo overtaking Jack. Jack, Welcome to Gaming, hasn't pitted yet, so that's... Well, I suppose he's really out of position there.
For the moment, yes, although a little bit further back, people who are looking in position, we have Mosquito and Dutch Turbo. That cap's come down from the 4 seconds it was down to 1.3 now, so a blistering outlap or inlap, I'm not sure, from Dutch to close him back down now.
Yeah, maybe Dutch Turbo a bit more, what's the word? Yes, English hello? Yeah? Comfortable.
Adapting better to the hard
That's
tyre.
it.
But yeah, there you
He's
go.
more comfortable on the hards.
hard tyres. There we go.
So, yeah, he's got good pace there now, so I suspect another lap or two he'll be right in the back of him.
A little bit slower from turn 9 from Welcome to Gaming. Moves Villard closer, but he's not going to be able to make the move here just yet. Oh, though Gaming goes wide. That should be the move done. I don't think Welcome to Gaming is going to fight this. No, he backs out, and through goes Villard, who is now 1.3 behind Popo. He's closed the gap up.
He has. I think Popo maybe got caught up in the traffic there as well with Jack.
Possibly, I think so. Though he was through by the start of the lap, I believe. He made the move at turn 1.
Jack's still staying out. Oh, he is on the racing hards. I suspect we'll start to see the hard tyre runners come in around 18 minutes or so.
I think 18 to 20 seems about reasonable, yeah.
But Villard not too far behind Popo now.
Oh, that was lucky for Craig. Craig very nearly did the same thing Laya did. Was very close to hitting the pit wall, but he is the last of the soft tyre runners to pit, in fact. Made it all the way to the end of lap 7.
Which is a good enough effort.
And certainly a decent one.
Yeah, that's Elroll and Liar down at the back of the grid at the minute, but they will overtake Craig. Elroll has pitted onto the hards.
Yep.
As has Liar, so they're both on the same tyres now.
Believe that is everyone through the pits except for Extinct, 5 Crown, and Welcome to Game. Oh, and Hip as well.
And Hip, yeah. So it'll be interesting when they all come out, because it's quite a long pit stop, as you said before.
I didn't quite check what the time loss was, but I would expect that 5 Crown and Extinct will come out somewhere around where Will is, I would guess. Maybe between Dutch Turbo and Will.
Has Will caught up to the back of this? No, Will's very far back. He's on his own
Still
there.
not quite, but Villard has drawn right up to the back of Popo now. 0.5 seconds as they come round to finish the lap. Villard again taking that wider line into the final corner, getting a much stronger drive off of it to draw just about within 4/10 now. He's pulling out of the slipstream, maybe just trying to show himself in the mirror, just let Popo know he's there, try and distract him a bit.
Popo will not be intimidated though, holds his line, doesn't need to defend.
It's a little bit wide through turn 2 though, which will compromise him through turn 3. Indeed, he runs slightly wide, but Villard can't take advantage of it, gets a little slide on there, which almost costs him.
Yeah, I think he touched the grass slightly. Just unsettled the car a bit.
Yeah, I think that grass or curb at that corner, the curb can also get the car incredibly loose. That's the thing around here. It's you can push the track limits, but they will bite back if you're not careful.
Yeah. But this is really the battle for the race win from 3rd and 4th, because once Extinct and 5 Crown come in, there's only 6 seconds, and the pit stop's much longer than 6 seconds.
Yeah, these two, they'll drop back around to sort of where they were before. I'd expect around 6th and 7th or so.
Yeah.
As Welcome's Gaming, I think he's just had a moment through the chicane, but he's let Mosquito go through around the outside into turn 9.
Yeah, Mosquito up into 6th. Hip's got a little bit of a gap ahead of this battle, so he'll be thankful for that, because these are going to be all fighting. Especially Dutch Turbo will be wanting to get past Jack as soon as possible.
Gonna have to wait through this corner though, whether or not he can get on the throttle soon here. It's he can't really make a move through there. It's
no, I suspect Jack will do one more lap.
Oh, that's a risky dive from Turbo. I wouldn't have tried to go for it there. I'd have waited until after the corner to try and make that move, and now he's ended up ruining his run, and he's going to have to really rely on the slipstream to get through down into turn 1 now.
He's alongside. He's got the right to the corner now, so Jack's going to have to give it up.
Oh, but he's run wide.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Jack getting back into the 7th.
I think he's frustrated himself a bit too much there. He's put too much pressure on himself, and it's starting to bubble over. I think once you make one mistake, sometimes it can just start to build up a bit more.
Yeah, it's just that domino effect going on, and yeah, it is all down to racecraft. It's just because the gap's there doesn't mean you have to go for it.
Correct. Just a little bit more patience off of that final corner, and I think he would have got the run and got past him cleanly into turn 1. Hip, sorry. Why is Hip off the track? I wonder if he's had to attend to something. Because that's certainly an odd choice. I imagine maybe he's had to stop to sort something out.
Yeah, he has been having issues with his wheel, so I wonder...
That's a possibility too, yes.
Yeah, that's very unfortunate for Hip, because he was running quite well there.
Yeah, that's super unfortunate. He should... How far back is he now? 29 seconds. I think he'll be around where Liar is once he comes out the pits, hopefully.
Yeah.
So perhaps he'll still have something to fight for. Dutch Turbo now spent an entire extra lap behind Welcomes Gaming. That just needs to bide his time, not try and send it through this corner. Welcomes Gaming is going to pit anyway, so he's freed him up.
As I suspected.
That whole ordeal has cost him 4 seconds, though, to Mosquito.
I think if he was just a little bit patient, the last lap, he would have been past them already.
Sorry to interrupt. So while we were watching these battles, Villard has actually gone through on Freaky Popo for now. He still does have a bit more tyre wear, though, so there's a chance that Popo could come back at him. They're both now sat behind Extinct, so this could also play a role in the fight as Villard's going to try and go around the outside here. Have to see how well Extinct holds it. Not quite, but it's not given Popo the inroad that I think he was looking for.
Oh, this is very unfortunate for Popo. He needs to try force his way through here.
I think Extinct gave him the line, but Popo overran the corner, just trying to outbrake him.
Yeah. Popo didn't really want to lose too much ground there to Villard.
It seems Villard at the moment is the more comfortable of the two on this tyre, but Popo's definitely got less tyre wear still, so might play a factor towards the end, as I think 5 Crown might have made a mistake because he's gone from 6 seconds ahead to 3 seconds.
Yeah, I think he needs to come in now.
Him in this lap, yeah.
Swap to the softs, be on the faster tyre. He'll need to cover off Jack.
There he goes.
Yeah.
Makes the pit entry nice and smoothly, which releases Villard and Popo back into the lead of this race.
Yeah. I think holding on in 3rd there though, but he does need to pit.
His tyres are far more worn at this point. This will push Mosquito to 4th place for now, and once Extinct pits, that'll be 3rd place.
Finally gets to the pit.
We'll take on soft tyres for hopefully a bit of an easier run to the end. I was going to say, I think this is an impressive run from Mosquito. I believe it was Mosquito. Was it Mosquito that was running the McLaren at the first round of Brands Hatch?
I think it might have been, yes. Because he wasn't here last week.
McLaren was struggling quite a bit, yeah, and wasn't there last week. So this is a market improvement with the switch to the Porsche for this round.
Which is quite Porsche heavy.
It's, yeah.
Yeah, there's like 4 or 5 Porsches this round.
1, 2, 3. I believe we have 4 total. Yes, because we have Hip, we have Dutch Turbo, Mosquito, and Villard, who currently holds a 0.8 second gap to Popo now. Seems to have stabilised itself, but once again the tyre wear just looking a little bit worse for Villard.
And obviously he's got 7.5 minutes really. Just trying to work out with the lap times if they're going to have to do an extra lap or not.
I think it's a bit difficult to work at the moment. 1 minute 44, yeah, it's a bit of a tricky number to go off of. I think we'll be able to figure that out closer to the time.
Yeah.
Minute 3/4. There's no point trying the maths on the fly.
Well, 4 laps is 6.5 minutes.
Yeah, okay, so yeah, they'll get 5 extra laps from
Yeah,
here.
so it should be 5 laps left.
Well then, 1.2 seconds gap for Popo to try and make up to Villard. Another 12 seconds back to Mosquito now as a healthy 4.5 seconds Dutch Turbo as Extinct has come into the pits. Which hands 5th place back over to 5. It's P545.
Will just coming down the main street now, so don't think he's going to be close enough for 6th.
No, he's not going to get there, and also Extinct are now on fresh soft tyres, so I should suspect that he will pull away quite nicely.
Yeah.
That may be something to watch even as well. 5 Crown is now 6 seconds behind Dutch Turbo, but the soft tyres should give an advantage of around 1.5 seconds a lap, so expect
He's
that
got
gap to close pretty
potential,
quickly.
yeah.
He's 3/10 up on the fastest time through the first sector alone. So he's really pushing on now that he's got the grippier rubber underneath him.
It's going to be a very good tyre strategy from Fire Crown.
A little bit wide, but just about keeps it out of the gravel.
Can Popo close up on Villard? Time is dropping a little bit.
He is learning now, however. I think now that Villard's passed him, he's seen the line, 'cause he's taking that much wider line into the final corner now, just to hold the speed a little bit more.
Seems that Porsche is very quick down the street, though.
Curious to see how the times compare between Dutch Turbo and 5 Crowns when we come across the line, because Dutch Turbo's hards are actually really quite worn. He's been on those for a long time now. It's a 1:45.0 from Dutch Turbo. 5 Crown is going to cross the line with a 42.7 and take 2.3 seconds out of him one lap. He's definitely in the hunt for this 4th place.
Yeah, I suspect 5 Crown, another 2 laps, might be on the back of this battle. Is Dutch Turbo making any headway on Mosquito?
At the moment, no. That gap's stabilised at around 4.5 seconds.
Yeah, there's only about a 10th between them in their lap times. Where was I? Yeah, there was a battle between Lee and Liar. Liar's got past him. Lee must have had an issue.
Looks like it indeed. Yeah, no, he's much slower on this lap alone. He's come around with what's going to be like a 1:50 something. So Lee's had a spin somewhere, unfortunately.
Yeah. That's Liar into the top 10. Hip still in 9th place. He's on those fresh softs, chasing down Jack, whose softs are actually almost gone. I don't think Jack will get to the end of the race.
No, not from here, unless he really just hangs it out. But it looks like Hip should catch him quite easily with the much fresher softs, and also running pretty quick times, 42.6 on that last lap alone.
Yeah, it's a very good lap from Hip. I think that's almost
about
quicker
level with
than
5
his
Crowns, so he
lap.
could have been. Yeah, indeed, it's about level with what 5 Crowns running, so he really could have had the potential to be up in the top 5 if it weren't for those issues, unfortunately.
Greetings from the Golden Palm Arcade. Hello, Golf. Welcome in.
Ah.
I hope work is keeping you busy. So we're getting very near the end now. I suspect another 2 laps. Where's the leaders at?
Leaders are currently coming down towards turn 5, with Popo's closed in a little bit now to 1.3. Maybe a little mistake from Villa last lap. Yeah, last lap indeed. It's been about a 1/10 swing back towards Freaky Popo. And on this lap, he's also gained a little bit in.
What are we going to?
Now 1.8 behind Dutch Turbo, so it looks like he is going to be on the back of him by the end of this lap.
Yes, and he's got 2 laps, I feel, here.
Just have to try not to find it too hard, because Extinct is drawing in on both of them now on that last lap, a second quicker than 5 Crowns. So there is potential, if these two get a bit too feisty with each other, that Extinct could capitalise.
Very interesting finish. I do like when all the pit stops get done and everything starts to close back up again.
Start to see the strategies sort of push back towards each other.
Yeah. Yeah, Dutch Turbo under a lot of pressure now. I think Fight Crown is going to be right on his rear bumper coming out of the final corner.
Indeed he is. In fact, he might even just get a run off of here as Dutch Turbo is slightly wide through there. Let's see how much the slipstream can help them.
We know the Porsche is quick in a straight line, but...
This will be their final lap, in fact, as well, and dives to the inside. Let's see if he can hold it. Little bit of contact. Gives him the space to rejoin the track, but 5 Crown is through.
5 Crown up in the 4th place.
And Extinct must have made a mistake because he's gone from being 6 seconds back to 8 seconds back. Here on that last lap, dropped 2 seconds, so that's unfortunate for him. Don't think he's going to quite factor into this anymore. But 5 Crown up to P4 with that move.
Yeah, and it just seems everyone behind is settling into their own little races for the final lap.
Seems so indeed. Popo's closed up to Villard a little bit, but it's not quite going to be enough, unfortunately. 0.9 back as they enter the final sector for the final time.
Yeah, Villard very slow this lap though. He's down by nearly 2 seconds.
I think that will be on his personal best though, which was the 41.9 on the soft, so
okay.
Should put him on for around the same lap times. I think Popo picks up the pace a little bit, but is not quite going to get there. As the timer ticks down now, and it will reach 30 minutes now, which means that is the final corner, and Villard takes a deserved victory just ahead of Freaky Popo. A well-fought race between the two of them. Gonna have to wait a little bit now as Mosquito comes around the final corner to take P3. A decent comeback considering how Brands Hatch round 1 went for them. A well-deserved result. And speaking of, 5 Crown comes through, weaving across the line to take P4 just ahead of Dutch Turbo, and Extinct will take P6 in the end. It was a bit of a struggle for Will with the pair of accidents. He's going to come back to P7 though. I don't think that's too bad for him considering everything that went wrong for him in that race. Unfortunately, if it could go wrong, it did.
Yeah, he had a few internet issues and stuff, so the life of racing
Same for Hip as well, actually, who's going to cross to finish in 8th place after his trials and tribulations.
I think Hip will be happy enough with that, but yeah, it does look like Hip could have maybe got 6th or 7th.
I think all of the gaps now are a bit too big. It's going to be Jack's going to cruise it home. Oh, his tyre is completely gone. He's been lucky there. I think something must have happened to Laia. Yeah, he's run a couple of slow laps there, so I think Laia had a couple of moments, and that's enabled Welcome's Gaming to just about hang on to P9.
Yeah.
Laia will complete the top 10 though. L-Roll is going to come around the final corner now for P11, which just leaves Craig to come across the line, also on soft tyres that are down to the canvas.
Yeah, I think some of these heavier cars needed to do a 2-stop.
That as well, but they may have also just switched over to the soft a little bit too early. I think we did see a few of them coming in quite a bit earlier than we expected. But across the line, so that's Villard wins from Popo from Mosquito. Have another quick check of the leaderboard once we get out of there. So yeah, Villard wins from Popo from Mosquito. 5 Crown takes 4th place. Dutch Turbo 5th. Extinct 6th now. Will recovers to 7th with Hip 8th. Welcome's Gaming gets 9th, Laia 10th, L-Roll 11th, and Craig rounds up the field for us. I'd say
very solid effort.
Decent race.
Yeah, that's the provisional. I do feel like there was a few bumps in the race, so we might receive a few reports after the race, but still, congratulations to Villard. I think he timed out perfect, 4 seconds to cross the line. So I think if there was an extra lap there, I think Popo
might have given it a bit more.
Yeah, might have. So. Amber, thank you for joining us.
It's been a pleasure, as usual.
Yeah, we'll be back next week where we head to Dragon Trail.
Oh, yeah, you'll be back next week. Unfortunately, I am going to be on leave for next week. So
you're going to be in Spa?
Yes, correct.
for the 24 hours.
Indeed, I will be. I'll see if I can't take a moment to have a check-in on the stream, see how everything's going, because Dragon Trail, it's a very much a Marmite track for most, I think, but I love it personally.
Yeah. It should be fun. Should be fun. Well, enjoy your little break. Thanks for
Thank
joining
you.
us, and we'll hear from everyone later. Bye.
Ta-ra for now.